Multiversus is coming back at the end of May, and I know a lot of us are pretty excited that the game is coming back. If you guys know me, I used to have a lot of Multiversus content up on the channel. To the point to where I was literally, what was the highest Steve I was? I was definitely in the top 100. I was a top 100 Steve player, which is still one of the craziest accomplishments to me and ever. Probably my biggest accomplishment ever. When playing video games, actually just reaching that status, high of a status out of many players playing a video game, that was amazing to me. So yeah, just throwing that out there. Multiversus has threw out a tweet earlier today, talking about the netcode and the changes that they've made with it, and what I wanted to do was go ahead and check that out with you guys. I wanted to look, like, I've read the tweet, but I noticed that, you know, they had a few videos within this tweet, and I was thinking, like, you know what, I'm gonna wait till I get home, I'm gonna record a video, I'm gonna express my thoughts, give a review about how things is looking, you know what I'm saying. Everything that I'm about to say, based off my opinion, you know, is just based off of my perspective of what I'm seeing, of course. And you know, the game isn't out yet. When the game is out, that's when I'm gonna say, you know, the game is done. You know, well, sort of. I mean, it's a fighting game. It's still gonna have its, like, patches and stuff. Platform fighter is gonna still have, like, its patches and stuff. But I don't think any of these footages are gonna be final. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, the game is like a month away, who knows. But considering we still got a little over a month, I don't think any of this is still fully finalized. I think it's just more now of a showcase of how things are looking. But we're gonna go ahead, take a look at what's happening, and read the tweet real quick. We usually don't take things too seriously in Multiversus. It's more fun that way, but netcode is no laughing matter. Let's take a look at what Player First Games has been up to in the lab as they rework the netcode to provide the best experience for your return May 28th. So as we can see, we have a few videos. A few videos. So two of these I actually did watch these first two. I didn't watch this yet because this is a match, but we're gonna go ahead and watch the first video. For this tweet, it says, shall we take a look at the netcode action? Let's showcase a lower ping environment. The blue lines indicate the player predicted path, and the red line indicates the state of the road happened. Okay, so this is basically what if you're in a match, this is what a lower ping looks like. And I believe right here, this is displaying the opposing person that you're fighting. This streak, because if you guys remember correctly, like the yellow highlight displayed, like, you know, this was the base color, but this is the base highlight color of, like, your character. So what it seems like they're showing is how the rollback and how the ping issue is in the match, and how it's displayed against how your opponent looks. And as you can see, there's a red line and there's a blue line that's slightly, it's like a secondary color, but it's like slightly behind it, traced in a way, basically issuing how the ping is in line with the rollback. So meaning their connection is stable. That's basically, for what I'm seeing, that's basically what it's looking like, that their connection is stable. So, you know, if it's looking like this, then cool. Now, my curiosity is, you know, if I'm doing 1v1s, or especially if I'm doing fucking 2v2s, like, is it gonna be looking like am I gonna be seeing this? Like, am I gonna be seeing this all the time from the opponent? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, but we'll see. But another thing that I actually just noticed is that when he actually hits the opponent, you can also see the line following through the path, because it did say it was a predicted path from when the opponent hits. So I think this will also show if the person has a higher ping, like this person right here. If they did have a higher ping, if the rollback was a little bit, you know, unstable, I think it would probably show a little bit of a trajectory mess up, which we're gonna get into, because now I'm wondering if it actually shows in this video. So let me actually pay attention to this one. So this one is displaying if the person had a higher ping. So as you can see, if you're paying attention to the red and blue lines, the blue line is now a little bit out of sync. As you see, the ping now is at 150. The blue line is now out of sync from the rollback. So, meaning that the person is lagging a bit. It's a bit out of sync. And we didn't see it from this person getting hit, but I'm very curious. Maybe at a higher percentage we could probably see. We'll test it out when the game comes out or whatever, unless we see it in another video. But I wonder if, like, when hitting the person, depending on what, it doesn't matter how you send them, whether it's a spike, whether it's above, whether it's whatever direction it is, if that blue is gonna get out of sync from the rollback, their ping is gonna get out of sync from the rollback from their connection to their connection. I don't know. If you're following along what I'm saying, I'm basically saying if they, you know what? No, I think I'm mixing it up. I feel like, okay, so let's say the person in the yellow Shaggy, their ping is good, and the red Shaggy, as we can see, has a high ping. I wonder if the yellow Shaggy were to hit the red Shaggy, that they still are gonna their ping is still gonna make themselves fall out the rollback. That's what I'm thinking of. I was thinking of the opposite. No, I think that's what I should be thinking of. If you guys are following along with me, yeah, I'm basically saying if you're fighting a person that has a higher ping, who has an unstable connection, if they will be falling out of their rollback, if that's going to be falling upon them, you know what I'm saying? And if so, if it's their connection and they're only feeling that bad connection versus you feeling your own good connection, then honestly, that's good. You know what I'm saying? That's actually good. That means the whole lobby isn't really fucking lagging on its own. Your connection's good, the opponent's just isn't. You know, it's kind of like when you play a shooting game. The only person who can actually feel how bad the connection is, well, most of the time in shooting games, is yourself. When you see the person lagging like crazy, and you're like, what the fuck they doing? And bop, my connection good. But we actually have a match. Now, this is what I actually wanted to go ahead and look at with you guys. Let's see. Now, this I haven't seen yet, but the question I did have about if you were to see the lines of the opponent as a rollback or not whatsoever, it doesn't seem like you can, or maybe it's a toggle on-off option to see if you want to see it displayed. I'm not sure, but as we can see, one thing that sticked out to me within the first announcement video of them saying MULTIVERSUS is coming back is the player models. The player models actually do look a little bit bigger. I mean, I still feel like actually, I don't think so. I think the player models look a bit bigger. Scooby's Mansion doesn't have that fucking crazy roof that had on each side. Now it's just a big open area, tall ceiling. It has a pretty tall ceiling, actually. This game, this map has but it does still have its lever switches of the floor. Wow. Oh, not the Finn dying to the lever drop. Oh, that's crazy. But yeah, the character models do look a bit bigger, and I want to say the game speed maybe a bit slower. Kind of looking like it. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't really see too much lag happening after each hit. And what I mean by lag after each hit and after each knockback is, like, usually at times in MULTIVERSUS before, when you know knock back an opponent, when you be hitting an opponent, there'd be like a lot of issues to where they like lag out, or the way how their body moves when they're like knocked back. And that was a new move from Batman. Hello? That's new. That's a freaking low sweep. I'm sorry, they gave Batman a hell sweep. Whoa. That's interesting. See, and that's the other interesting part, which I wonder if we're gonna get like a gameplay showcase before the game comes out, like with the new mechanics that each character, or just new mechanics that the game has. You know what I'm saying? But so far, it actually didn't look bad. It actually looked pretty. It looked really smooth. It looked really smooth. It looked really good. Further discuss of our netcode rework will be directly with. Okay, so there's more we could look into, but yeah, the character models look freaking huge. Well, I ain't gonna say huge, but they definitely look they definitely look a lot bigger than what they originally looked like. But I can say that the connection issue, and it said from Connecticut to Mexico, but the connection issue did seem to be smooth. But here's the real question: how's the connection really gonna be once the game is officially released? You know what I'm saying? Because guys we gotta keep in mind, okay? Because I don't want people to instantly think like, oh, well, they say the connection good, but the connection bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need y'all to keep it real, okay? All right, let's keep it real. Because when the game, not every game has a very solid first launch. Not every game does. Rarely some games do, and most of the time some games bad, depending on what the issue may be because off that launch. Now, I'm not saying this game is gonna have a bad launch, but what I am gonna say is that not many games, as of recently, has had a launch to where the connection, especially fighting games, from my experience, has had a good launch. When it comes to networking connections wise, when it comes to, like, you know, finding online matches, lobbies and stuff like that, because there's always lag issues. And at the end of the day, you're always gonna play a game that's gonna have some lag in it at the end of the day. But the question is, how well or how much control is it gonna be for it to feel more stable with a lot of people getting back into multiverses? That's the real question, and I wonder, and I'm very interested to see how that's gonna go, because we can definitely admit when multiverses, and it was beta, so you know what I'm saying, and it was still new, and they were still trying to fix up a lot, and they were really doing their best. They were very responsive with the community, but we can definitely admit that the connection issues at the start of multiverses were really bad. But it was still really fun. I'm not shitting on the game or anything like that. I love this game. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts. That's pretty much my reviews. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Like, what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about this? Are you guys returning into multiverses? If you guys dropped it, are you guys returning to multiverses after being long dead? Like, you always played the game and now you're excited that it's coming back. You know what I'm saying? You know, how are you guys feeling? Other than that, I'm pretty much done, and yeah, you guys enjoy.